As promised, I'm going to show you how to do a word cloud. I showed it earlier in the section with all the formulas that we're going to be doing, and I thought it'd be a nice little kind of change of pace, seeing as how we've been doing a lot of formulas. Let's go ahead and do a word cloud. It's actually quite simple. We're going to start with our data set. See if I can get Excel open. All right, let's look for that file. And the file is called Formulas Word Cloud. So you'll have to download this. It'll be part of this lesson, right? And in here, you're just going to see a size, right? And the size controls the size of the word in the word cloud. The lower the number, the smaller the size. These are the actual formulas, so individual ones we can represent, or we can use these ones, which are the groups. And this is just a list of formulas in Tableau we're going to use for our example. Let's go ahead and close this. Let's go into our Tableau. And something we haven't done before is adding multiple data sets. Right now we have one and we've always really dealt with one, but you can add as many as you like. And the way to do it is simply pressing that button right there. Let's go ahead and do that. And that button is the new data source. Let's click there. And we're going to look for that Excel file. So Excel. And we're going to use that formulas word cloud. We go open. And that's going to bring us to our data source view, like so. And this is the data that we saw just before. We're pretty much happy with this. We don't need to do anything with it. And let's create a new sheet. All right, let's go and do that. Okay, first thing we're going to do is actually bring that text in. All right, and then well, the way we've been doing it up to this point is if I bring in item, right, and I drop it in row, it creates a table. If I drop it in column, right, it'll still create a table. What I want is really just the labels, okay? Just scattered, not scattered, but like just represented, but not in a table format. And the way I do that is if I bring the item to text, like so, it just shows the words like this. All right, so they're all individual words. And if I want to control the size of this, I have to introduce the size. And we're going to use this as the size. But you can use whatever you want. You can do number of rows, you can use the size. Up to you. Any sort of sizing value you want to use for this is totally up to you. We're going to use size. I'm going to drop that into there. And what you'll notice is Tableau is going to try and assume what you mean by this. It's going to try and create some sort of visualization. This is what's called a hierarchy map or a tree map. We're not doing this just yet, so you can just ignore this. We're going to go into here and we're going to force this to be a text because right now it's on automatic because it's trying to guess what we want. We want it to be text, right? And we have a word cloud, and that's pretty much all there is to it, right? The next step is to actually introduce some color because we want it to kind of come out at us, right? So if I grab size, right, I can grab it from here and I can drop it in color, much like every other graphic that we do, we're going to color it by size. And as you can see, the smaller the value, the smaller the text, the less important it is in a sense. Because what I've done is I looked at the most common formulas that people use and I made them larger in terms of size so that it jumps out at you that these are the main functions that we use. All right, and that's all there is to it. And we can change the color. All right, so let's do a different color. Let's do sunset. I do like that one. Okay, and we can see that like so. And we can actually use this in a dashboard. All right, so I'll show you that as a little bonus. Let's create another sheet. I'm going to go category, right, and I'm just going to create a bar chart like so. And if I put this into a sheet, so this is sheet 5 and 6, 5 and 6. All right, we'll get rid of this. And we're going to resize this one like so. All right, there we go. Oops, hang on. Let's make this entire view. There we go. All right, and what I want to do is I want to use the main category to filter the word cloud. So let's go ahead and use the use as filter. You got to activate this sheet first. And if I click numeric, it's actually going to filter this left side, as you can see, right? And you can go the other way as well. So for example, let's say I turn this on, right? And I want to do show me rounding, right? That will filter this way as well. So you get a lot of really cool behaviors when you couple the two together. So I have a colleague of mine who uses this really, really well. When we manage customers and we want to see kind of the dialogue that happens between our advisors and the actual customer, we can see the main keywords that are coming up and put it in a word cloud. So we can see what is the most common kind of discussions we're having in in our business, right? So it's really useful for that, but there's a whole host of different applications you can use it for. And that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed this little bonus word cloud lesson, and I'll see you next time.